I believe in never being cool. Let me explain what I mean when I say cool. It's difficult to find a universal definition of the word in a behavioral context. Its exact meaning differs from person to person. Many see it as a positive, albeit elusive, attribute. Most people I know think of cool as a slightly cynical nonchalance towards, well, everything. I'm not sure when the concept of cool as a behavioral attitude was born. Maybe it arrived with jazz, all smoky clubs and bathtub gin, listening to the dissonant screech of saxophones and husky vocals, telling stories of world weary people and thwarted love affairs. I guess cool became an indelible part of pop culture in the 50s. Rock and roll and the Wild Bunch, leather jackets and bad boys on motorcycles. Whatever its origin, it's become a moniker to be coveted, to sell a product, idea, or personality. Branding it as cool is a winning strategy. It's presented as something we want to be or seem. He's so cool. She's the cool girl. This band, type of sparkling water, or pair of shoes is cool. I was never cool, not in that way. I was the kid who only knew of a trend when it was on its way out, playing catch up and buying the once cool tennis shoes now on sale, or listening to the unknown band once they'd cracked the top 40. Nope, I was never cool. You're probably asking yourself the point of my sad confession of supreme uncoolness. The point is this: I love not being cool, detached and slightly cynical. I see wonder and express this, sometimes a bit too loudly. Even little things can inspire this reaction. I walk across campus on a frosty morning, the fallen ginkgo leaves rimmed with a tracing of delicate frost, or the cold air causing my wiper fluid to freeze on contact with my windshield, bursting into crystallizations and prisms, crackling and growing into one another in icy fireworks. A friend and I were in Atlanta. We had an afternoon to kill and decided to see the aquarium. She and I are alike in our expression of enthusiasm and moments of wonder and joy. The aquarium brought these emotions out in abundance. We visited the otters, darting gracefully for the shrimp sprinkled in the water for them to snack on. We visited the penguins. This exhibit had a tunnel, allowing patrons to crawl under the enclosure. We saw children gleefully crawl under and pop their heads up into the plastic bubbles inside the penguins' habitat. There was no indication that this activity was only for children, so we became the only adults to enjoy the up close and personal encounter with these wonderful birds. We giggled as we crawled on hands and knees and popped our heads up, coming face to face with the penguins, who appeared unfazed by the presence of yet another encounter with a silly human. We saw the giant tank. You walked or rode on a conveyor surrounded by thousands of fish. We squealed, pointed, laughed, and literally gasped at the sight. When the conveyor ride ended, we ran back to the start and repeated the process 3 more times. Finally, we found the touch tank. Again, we were the only adults among 6 or 7 kids, touching the starfish, anemones, and other things on display. The kids' parents were standing back and imploring their kids not to get wet or make a mess, but the kids heard none of it.